Let's go to part 2. Next, let's interpret 31A3. This 31A3 is 57 short of the 80th equilateral triangle number 3240, almost near to 31A3. 57 is the 10th equilateral triangle number 55 plus 2. 57 equals 55 plus 2. When 31A3 is drawn, it can be supposed that we could see the 80th equilateral triangle number 3240 if there were no problems. But it appears as an unfinished and broken 80th equilateral triangle number, figure 3, excluding the black equilateral triangle number 55 above and the two black stones below the two cornerstones of the black 10th triangle. At that time, the number of white stones is 31A3. Note, 31A3 plus 57 equals 3240. Figure 3. There are 80 white stones at the base of the broken 80th equilateral triangle, and also 126 equals 68 plus 68. That is the number of white stones on the left-right sloping sides after excluding two white stones on the corner of the broken 80th equilateral triangle. The total number of white stones on the base and left-right sloping sides of the broken 80th equilateral triangle, figure 3, is 80 plus 68 equals 216, which is 6 to the power of 3. Note, if you write 6 3 times, it becomes 666. The interpretation of this broken equilateral triangle number is as follows, according to my guess. Originally, the book of Genesis would be to end completely like the 80th equilateral triangle number 3240, but it ended as an equilateral triangle broken minus 55 minus 1 equals minus 57. 3240 minus 57 equals 31A3. Figure 3. Because of Adam's sin of the fruit of the tree of good and evil, minus 1, Genesis 3:12, and Satan's injustice toward God, minus 1, Isaiah 14:12, etc. Mathematical truth is not false. You can't make this up on purpose. As mentioned above, I thought about the message of the last verse of Genesis through equilateral triangle numbers. To summarize, the 46 shown in the original Hebrew Genesis 50:26 shows the sum of the ninth equilateral triangle number 45 and 1. Meanwhile, the total sum of the values corresponding to all letters is 31A3, which is obtained by subtracting the 10th equilateral triangle number 55 and 2 from the 80th equilateral triangle number 3240, i.e. 31A3 equals 3240 minus 55 minus 2. Here, equilateral triangle numbers were not perfectly implemented. Let's try our own possible interpretation. The former shows the ninth equilateral triangle number equals 55. Israeli people during the Exodus of Moses, being led by Moses, equals 1. Or can be interpreted as the commander of Jehovah's army, etc. And the letter shows the eighth equilateral triangle number equal 3240 with 57 being subtracted due to the sins of atoms, etc. This is the damaged 80th equilateral triangle number. Equilateral triangle numbers and their shapes do not appear by chance. If you calculate the probability of that occurrence, it will be close to almost zero. This is a mathematical, infallible message that can be explained and understood regardless of age, gender, education level, race, religion, or region. In other words, today's mathematical analysis about Genesis 50:26 is not simply to show narrow-minded superiority or anything like that about the Jews, Israel, and the Hebrew Bible. Its important point is that through plain math, a universal language, Genesis is not the mythology of a people and not a part of Bible of one religion. A simply comprehensible math message from Genesis 50:26 is to give you a kind of good news of God's providence that is unfolding toward the people of the entire earth. This content applies the idea of a paper found in the internet to Genesis 50:26. In the future, I would like to explain the main contents of the paper and write the reference. The paper perfectly explains the equilateral triangle numbers, etc. It is perfect because it was before the sins of Adam, etc., while today's broadcast showed equilateral triangle numbers that had become imperfect due to the sins of Adam, etc. Lastly, I would like to tell you the end of today's story with 666 briefly stated above. It comes from New Testament, Revelation 13:18. To explain further, the number 6 is the number of Satan, the beast. If you multiply 6 by 6, you get 36, and if you add up all the natural numbers from 1 to 36, you get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, and finally plus 36 equals 666. The volume of a cube with width, length, and height of 6 is 6 by 6 by 6 equals 216, and the cube's surface area is 6 by 6 by 6 equals 216 too. Note, volume equals surface area, but this is not the case for other cubes. 6 is an unusual number. All of this is not a coincidence and is believed to be a message designed from the universal intelligence, God, if you acknowledge the Creator. Thank you. Next, here is Genesis 50:26. In English, Korean, Japanese, and Chinese for reference. Thank you.